So, with acres of plants, tons of granite and cement, miles of wire, and a fortune of equipment, operation began on January 13th, 1964, of the most modern and efficient broadcasting facility in the nation. The new home of WFIL and the headquarters for the 16 radio and TV stations of Triangle Publications at 4100 City Line. Visitors touring the building might well begin in this manner and then be led through dozens of offices, studios, technical laboratories, and so forth. But perhaps a better way to tell you what the new WFIL building is all about is to follow the route of the show from inception to production on the air. It could well begin like this at a sales meeting.
I'd say about 75% of the budget will be allocated to television, about 25% for radio, Gene.
Well, that'll work out all right. With that 25%, we should be able to put them in a newscast or a sportscast in drive time, Monday through Friday.
Yes, now, we've got to consider merchandising, too. This is a new client. What was that gadget we used on the bank some months ago? I think we can use that again here.
We did for the bank. Yeah. That was a very good idea.
Well.
I think that could be handled that way, provided you got enough drive.
With the sponsor's needs well in mind, meetings with sales and the program department have sketched out the format of the new show, but more meetings by the program staff formalize the specific shape the show will take.
I want some special programming for a new client. The client's got a pretty broad consumer base, and it's a client with a service, so they want a show that has service aspects to it. And their area of consumption is pretty much Philadelphia and the surrounding territory. So we want to zero in on, for radio and television, is a program concept that'll say service and say Philadelphia kind of all lumped together into one package and then be unique at the same time. What do you think, Florence?
Well, I would prefer not to think of this as a once-weekly program. I think we could best serve this client with panorama newscasts, and we could program as many as 15 or perhaps only 5 weekly, but we'd cover our entire greater Philadelphia area with our regional reporters. This would, I think, concentrate on precisely the area our client is concerned with.
Well, I think we can augment that in television by taking our mobile tape unit out and doing man-in-the-street interviews.
Harry, I'm not so sure we want these two concepts to be identical. I think maybe the man on the street is a little too close to the radio approach. I think maybe we need something a little more visual for television.
Well, I see this as a tremendous challenge for the production department of both radio and television. Florence, about how long a show did you have in mind for this in radio?
It's a 10-minute show. It could be done as few as once nightly and as many as 3 times nightly. Here's a schedule that might help you to get the picture.
How about the television end, Harry?
I think that depends on the import of the news story and whether or not we're seeking a reaction from the man in the street.
Yes, well, let me say this. I think we're well enough along that we can start getting some budget information from sales and get the promotion rolling. Florence, why don't you talk to sales and promotion on the panorama idea? And Harry, let's develop the news conference and an eyewitness thing a little further and get some budget information into the television salespeople, and I think we're pretty well on our way.
Artwork and explanatory copy to publicize the show is prepared by the promotion, publicity, and art departments. And then run off in the print shop. Research and other pre-show preparation may take many forms. If there's to be music or sound effects, a trip to the music library will be in order. If the show is to deal with specific information, that is names, dates, uncommon data of any sort, research will take the production staff to the station's constantly expanding reference library. And there are other stops before airtime, stops which are vital to the end result. The traffic and continuity departments play their parts in denoting the show's official airtime and in preparing the lines spoken by the cast and the announcer. Stenographers swing into action with letters to the sponsor and perhaps his distributors or other persons concerned with the show. Secretaries are part of the activity with correspondence, memos to the production staff, the personnel on the show, and dozens more. Even as this new show is reaching the final stages of production, other shows are in progress. One show ends, and in the fleeting seconds between it and the following presentation, the action moves to the area behind the cameras. Cameramen move into position for the upcoming program, and the show goes on. The Visual 6000, an electronic breakthrough which, when reacting to punched cards, may roll a tape, punch up a slide, or rejoin the network.
What's happening, all you folks out here? You're listening to Steve West. This man says that's happening. It's hip, it's groovy, it's psychedelic, it's together, it's beyond that. It is now, it is real, it is everything that you ever wanted right here.